so much for joining us for another episode of Confluence State Today. I am Victoria Oniaye. This week on the program, we'll dig deep into the plans and agenda of the Usman Ahmed Ododo government for the people of Kogi State. The Commissioner for Information, Kingsley Femi Fanwo, will be our guide. We'll also feel the pulse of the people on the streets of Kogi State on their expectations from the new government under the leadership of His Excellency, Governor Usman Ahmed Ododo. Plus, we'll look at the state's 2024 budget and how it is designed to cater to the needs of the people and boost Kogi State's economy. We have details of these and more in a moment. We begin the first segment of the program with a focus on the plans and agenda of Kogi State's government under the leadership of Governor Usman Ahmed Ododo, especially at a time when the people are eagerly waiting to experience the continuity that the governor promised them. The State Commissioner for Information and Communications says there is a whole lot to expect from Governor Ododo while building on the foundation laid by former Governor Yahaya Bello.
I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and that I will preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, so help me God.
A pledge to serve the good people of Kogi State and a promise to diligently work in their interest. Governor Usman Ahmed Ododo is no doubt ready for the task ahead and fully prepared to consolidate on the foundation laid by his predecessor, especially in critical sectors of the state's economy. No doubt he has identified the paths which the visionary leader and former governor Yahaya Bello has set for the Confluence State, and he is ready to give this his best shot.
The GYB himself has prepared us mentally, administratively, and politically for the task ahead. I will not fail the people of Kogi State.
Honorable Kingsley Femi Fanwo is the State Commissioner for Information and Communications. He was an active member of the Yahaya Bello government and has been reappointed as the Commissioner for Information in Governor Ododo's cabinet. He takes us through the plans.
We already have a narrative. We already have the shape of how we want our story to be. In the past 8 years that we run the what we call the new direction government. That has shown the direction of where we want the state to be in the various sectors of the economy, in the educational sector, in the healthcare sector, in infrastructural development. So we already have a narrative. So what we should be looking at is how to promote the narrative of excellence that we've already been enjoying in the past 8 years. And that is why the person that has just, assumed the saddle of leadership in the state, in the person of His Excellency Alhaji Ahmed Usman Ododo, has pledged to continue on the track of the immediate past administration in fostering unity, in ensuring security, in ensuring that education is given priority attention, in giving healthcare to the people, and in ensuring that we give a lot of attention to infrastructure development in the state. That is what the new administration will strive to achieve.
Infrastructure has been given a massive facelift in Kogi State over the last 8 years. Apart from the Ganaja flyover, which has opened up the state's capital to economic fortunes, major township roads across the 3 senatorial districts have also been constructed to ease the transportation problems confronted by the people. The new government of Alhaji Usman Ahmed Ododo has a huge task, which is to leverage on the foundation already laid and even do more.
And when you talk about infrastructure, you are talking about infrastructure in the educational sector, in the healthcare sector, road infrastructure, housing and urban development. You know, with the global economy that is becoming very gloomy, it is becoming imperative for government to ensure that agricultural production is given a lot of attention. So in doing that, it means that you have to concentrate on opening up road infrastructure in the rural areas, building a lot of government-powered warehouses to be able to keep agricultural products from rural areas. When your infrastructure is right, your economy will be right, because you will be creating an environment for people to be very productive. You'll be creating an environment for investors to be able to troop into your state and invest billions of dollars. And when they do this, they are putting money in the pockets of the citizens of the state.
From the gigantic GYB model schools to the renovation of several others across the state, the Usman Ahmed Ododo government will build on the existing legacies and perhaps plan for the sustenance of the existing education sector plan in the state.
Kogi State was able to go beyond the UNESCO benchmark for education budgeting of between 20 to 25. The state is already doing 30%. Because, you know, your greatest resource is the young minds in your state. So when you develop that, the greatest resource, you will be able to drive the development of the state. You cannot drive the development of the state with an uninformed population, an uneducated population, an illiterate population. So deliberately, the immediate past administration concentrated a lot in ensuring adequate funding for education. This present administration is going to take it even forward and even outperform the immediate past administration in the area of education. You would see the blue roof revolution in our primary schools. Every of the 239 wards in the state has what we call the GYB model primary school. You also see the model secondary schools that we are building. And someone was asking me questions on the X platform that the Adankolo GYB model science secondary school, that is it a university? I said, no, it is a secondary school. And, you know, the children of nobody are the people that are attending that school, and they are not paying a dime. And it's one of the best schools in Nigeria today. We have replicated that across the state, and we are going to build more. That's why I was talking about continuity and consolidation. What the present governor, His Excellency Alhaji Ahmed Usman Ododo, will be doing is to ensure that we have more of those schools across the state and even in the rural areas, because they also should benefit from that. You know, it has been started. That kind of school is already in Okebukun, a village in Kababunu local government area. It is across the state. So we want to take it even further for more and more people to be able to have that. But we are not going to leave behind the need to improve infrastructure at the primary school and secondary school level. That is the foundation. When you get it right from that place, then you'll be able to move forward. That's the plan of the present administration.
The reference hospital Okene has also been a reference point to how a world-class health facility should be. The well-equipped hospital has been receiving patients from neighboring states, and the feedback has been encouraging. This landslide achievement in the healthcare sector, among several others, are clear indications that good days are ahead for the health sector.
It's not enough to build world-class health facilities without ensuring proper and efficient management. The present administration is going to ensure proper and efficient management of those world-class, state-of-the-art healthcare facilities across the state. Apart from that, we are going to strengthen the primary healthcare delivery because that is the closest to the grassroots. That's the closest to the people. So the present administration is working out a modality in which every ward, every village would be able to have access to basic healthcare services. That is very key, and it is part of the plan of the present administration. Apart from having all of this, we are also trying to ensure that we improve the quality and the quantity of healthcare personnel working in the state. Currently, the state is sponsoring doctors, medical students across the country, and some of them will be rounding up in the next few years. We are also putting in place a plan that will ensure that they work for the state for a number of years before they are able to move to any other place. That is to ensure that we have more medical doctors in the system, more medical doctors to render healthcare services to the people, and more doctors to a number of people across the state. And also we are strengthening our healthcare training institutions, the nursing schools, the health technology, and all of that. So we are doing all of this to be able to improve healthcare delivery. But beyond that, we want to expand the frontiers of health insurance. It is, we have all these world-class facilities, but will our people be able to afford it? Without healthcare insurance, it will be very difficult. The immediate past administration has already started that. So it is left for us to now take it forward. And that is one of the agenda of Alhaji Ahmed Usman Ododo, to ensure that every Kogite is covered with a health insurance.
In all, the Commissioner for Information is optimistic that Governor Usman Ahmed Ododo will not only live up to expectation, but will also deliver on all his promises to the good people of Kogi State.
Moving on to other stories, the 2024 budget of the Kogi State government seeks to address, among other things, the pressing needs of the people, particularly in the areas of economic development, social security, and infrastructure. So let's look into what the strategies are and how the fiscal policy will address the needs of the people and consolidate on the achievements of the previous government.
The Kogi State 2024 budget, aptly titled Consolidation and Continuity for Inclusive Growth, stands at a staggering 258.3 billion naira, representing a remarkable 30.71% increase from the 197.5 billion naira approved budget for 2023. This is with an increment of 60.6 billion naira. Asiwaju Idris Ashiru is the State Commissioner for Finance and Economic Planning. He breaks down the details of the core focus of the 2024 budget.
If you look at the recurring revenue, we are expecting 168 billion and capital receipt of 69 billion. If you add the two together, you have a budget of 258 billion. 278,501,339 naira. And again, you look at how do you spend the money, which is the expenditure angle of it. At least the recurrent expenditure of the budget is estimated about 145 billion. While the capital budget is 112 billion. And if you sum it together again, you have the same 258 billion, 278,000, and 278,501,339 naira.
The new government, under the leadership of Alhaji Usman Ahmed Ododo, has a major mandate of consolidating on the existing projects and also execute new ones in line with the plans in the new budget.
Look at the capital expenditure. 112. It's going to be the highest so far in his administration. So the new government coming is going to consolidate on a lot of projects that are good for the people of the state, and at the same time execute new one. Summarily, it is a budget for development of the state, a budget of inclusive growth, a budget for consolidation, and I believe the new governor will do better, as you have heard from the governor, by working on that document.
There's also a 32-year plan by the current government in Kogi State to build a future that does not only guarantee the safety of lives and property, but also ensure peace, unity, and stability of the entire state.
In some weeks to come now, the 32-year development plans of the state is going to be launched. And that document has already summarized where we are coming from, where we are, and where we are going in the next 32 years. It's only a visionary leaders that can do that. So a lot of measures have been put in place to ensure, one, adequate security, two, improve the revenue of the state, and ensure there is peace and harmony in the state. Once our people are working together and believe in Kogi of our dream as being laid down by our leader, Governor Usman.
The core areas of focus in the 2024 budget include agriculture, health, education, employment generation, and water resources, to mention but a few. These are areas that the current government in the state has not only performed brilliantly, but also formed the framework of what the entire state now refer to as legacy projects of the White Lion.
Yes, 52.3 billion of this amount goes to education. 33% goes to health. Work and housing has 26%. I said 26 billion. Agriculture has 8.7 billion. And water resources has 4.3 billion or so. As a state of subnational having 102 billion, cutting across a sector, you should know that all sectors will be touched. There is no one sector that is important more than other because it's a system. If you say, okay, you want to work on education and you are forgetting the security, then if there is insecurity or whatever you put in education will go. If you are talking of education and you are not even putting money on the teachers, the lecturers, and you train them and make sure that they are well paid, pay them their bonuses, then the infrastructure you put in place and there are no human resources will also be a waste. So you want to start doing agriculture and you forget tourism, you want to start doing human capital development and you want to forget the health, that's going to be a problem. If you want to do this and forget housing, it's going to be a problem. So the budget was also planned in such a way that the leap in the budget also cut across all sectors of the economy. That is where we can have inclusive growth. That is where we can have consolidation. When you are consolidating, you don't leave one aspect and allow others to go down.
For instance, in the education sector, the GYB administration established model schools in all the 3 senatorial districts of the state with a full complement of state-of-the-art infrastructure, conducive academic learning environment, well-trained teachers and instructors. These facilities are fully operational and have been the delight of students, their parents, and other citizens of the state. Other critical sectors of the state's economy where Governor Yahaya Bello's government has impacted on the lives of the people include the health sector, where massive infrastructure have been built and existing ones renovated. The people have also been enjoying free medical services.
I am a pediatrician and I have seen some critical cases here whereby the parents don't even have the money. So without this facility, you can imagine what will have happened to such a child. So the impact is actually very favorable, and it's an excellent one. We can also only say that we thank him for his foresight, and he should continue to do the good work he's actually doing.
As a state of subnational having 102 billion, cutting across a sector, you should know that all sector will be touched. There is no one sector that's important more than other because it's a system. If you say, okay, you want to work on education and you are forgetting the security, then if there is insecurity or whatever you put in education will go. Basically, looking at what the governor is doing in terms of human capital development. If you have a Kogi State, who is going to develop the state for us? It is we, the people of Kogi State. Then if there are no people to do it, then there will be a gap. Then, now we have abundant human resources. If you have human resources and you don't even have people that will even work, there is a problem. We now have Confluence University of Science and Technology, the existing university, Kogi State University in Prince Abubakar University is still there and is functioning, and the governor is highly funded. Now again we have Kogi State University, Kaba. So meaning that the human capital development of the state is key to the governor.
Yet, the interesting journey to successful leadership continues as the state gears up for a new era under Ahmed Usman Ododo, who will be building on the foundations already laid.
Just before we call it a wrap, let's listen to the voice of Kogites on their expectations from the Usman Ahmed Ododo government in Kogi State. We'll be right back.
Much is expected from this present administration because the past government have done very well within their own standard of security. I want to talk on security matter because in 2001, the past administration won one of the best award in security outfit, and whereby providing security men, police, and all that with infrastructure and vehicle for them to do their own surveillance.
The previous government has done very well in several areas. You look at the aspect of youth and women empowerment. You look at infrastructural development. You look at stability in our institutions, higher institutions, where people who come into the school graduate at record time. You have the hospital, you have the farmer-friendly relation that the government has. So it is expected that the new government, our expectation is that the new government will build and consolidate on those salient achievements.
If this present administration falls short on that, it's going to affect us because relatively in Lokoja per se, the state capital, we have been enjoying a high security peace. Not only because of that, but what this administration needs to do again in the area of agriculture and water, they need to improve on it because the past administration have laid down foundations. It's just for them to maintain the infrastructure facility, which you call administrative development. It's just to develop on what the past administration have done in order to bring about state development.
You look at also the other side, the water also, which is epileptic. It is expected that the new administration will quickly cash into this and make sure that where the water was getting to before is improved. They also have the opportunity of reticulating it. So it is expected that he will complete it and make it functional.
The past administration have done very well in terms of development of state-owned secondary school. So we expect much on that. So the new administration should also continue from where the past one have done their own, an area of quality in service delivery.
Like we all know, Alhaji Usman Ahmed Ododo is on board as we speak, and we expect that he consolidates on all the achievements of Yaya in terms of area of agriculture, area of health, all hospitals built across the state geopolitical zones. In the area of education, we have seen all he has done. We saw, basically what Yaya has done in 8 years. And governance is a continuous process. So we expect Alhaji Usman Ododo to, having worked with Yaya for a couple of years, at least not less than 7 years, we should expect that he build on Yabelo's legacies and move the state to a next level.
And that's the show today, everyone. Thank you so much for spending your time with us, and we hope you enjoyed every beat of what we served you on Confluence State Today. Join us next time for another interesting package. Until then, I am Victoria Oniaye, wishing you a pleasant evening.